Let's go, champ. It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon Briggs, and you're watching True School Sports. Let's go, champ.
Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, let's talk about them again, because I just made a video about Tyson Fury and Joe Joyce, and I was posing the question. When Tyson Fury was ringside and he watched his friend get knocked out by Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker, why didn't he hop in the ring and call out Joe Joyce the way he's hopped in the ring and called out Deontay Wilder and you know, all these kind of things? You know, Tyson Fury, I do my best, and I really don't put much stock into what he says, because by his own admission, he's a very moody person, and he changes from day to day, but he's shown some consistency. And I've watched Tyson Fury's interviews long enough, and I've studied his interviews long enough to understand when he is and when he isn't being serious. And I truthfully believe, like, he's being serious when he speaks about Joe Joyce, and he really showing no ambition to fight him, you know. And I feel like he needs to show that ambition sooner rather than later, because the way it's panning out, the big bodybuilder, as he calls him, Anthony Joshua, doesn't want to fight him, right? Or that fight didn't happen for whatever reason. He's already sparked out Deontay Wilder twice on paper, and then most people thought he won the first fight. So really, he's beat him 3 times already. So who wants to see that again? So when you look at those 3 options, they're all either not happening or unrealistic, or they shouldn't be happening. Joe Joyce, I would say, with him being WBO mandatory, and with his most recent victory over Joseph Parker, with his win over Daniel Dubois 2 years ago, and with his ridiculous knockout ratio. I mean, he's 15-0 with 14 knockouts. The only man, and God bless his soul, that has went the distance with Joe Joyce is Philadelphia's very own Brian Jennings. So his stock is going up the more Joe Joyce knocks people out. But Tyson Fury doesn't want. I really don't think Tyson Fury wants to fight Joe Joyce. And here's what he said about Joe Joyce in his recent interview with Michelle Phelps from Behind the Glove. He stated the following, and I quote, "Can he beat the Gypsy King? Probably not, but I'd like to see it one day. I said to Joe, you've got like 150,000 followers. You need to build your profile. My wife has 1 million, so she's more popular than the top 10 heavyweights." Now, clearly, he's having some fun. He's taking the piss. He's really having a laugh, but at the same time, he's being serious, because Joe Joyce, at the time he's shooting this video, he has about 179,000 Instagram followers, which is, you know, not a lot for a guy of his stature. But why is Tyson Fury talking this way? Why is Tyson Fury, you know, he was gonna fight Manuel Char. He's gonna fight Derek Chisora next. He was talking about fighting Manuel Char. Manuel Char doesn't have a big profile. He fought Otto Wallin 2 years ago. He didn't have a big profile. He fought Tom Schwartz. He didn't have a big profile. So he's being a hypocrite. And to me, what this is code for is, what he's really saying in this, if you want to decode what he's really saying, is he's saying, why fight you now? And I'm pretty sure he actually said this in the interview. Why fight you now when I can fight you later, when it matters more? And I get all that. It's business, but at the same time, this is still a sport, and with the way the landscape is, Joshua and him can't come to an agreement. And he's saying that Joshua's ego is too big to be the B-side to anybody. So there's that. So let's rule that out. Wilder is fighting Helenius this weekend. If he wins, he'll be forced into a WBC eliminator fight, most likely with Andy Ruiz. So he's probably at the earliest 2 fights away from Tyson Fury. If we get a 4th Wilder fight, which we don't want to see, but if he is, it's 4 fights away. It's 2 fights away and some time away. Then you have Usyk, who has said recently that he's talking about going down a cruiserweight because, you know, his body's been put through the grinder in training, and he wants to take a rest with his family. So when you look at that, those are the 3 most viable options, and none of them look like they're happening anytime soon. So the best option outside of that, I feel, is the best heavyweight in the world that doesn't have a belt right now, which is, in my humble opinion, Joe Joyce. A guy that I think, when we look at how he fought Joseph Parker and dismantled him, we look at how he's dismantled Daniel Dubois, he's earned his shot at the brass ring. He's earned his shot at the top dogs. He's earned his shot to go out there and prove, you know, that he's the best heavyweight in the world. At the bare minimum, we know Joe Joyce is a tough out for anybody in this weight class, because Joe Joyce, one thing about him is he knows very well how to get you out of there. And finding a guy like him is actually worse than, in my opinion, than finding a guy like Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder will just hit you with one punch and you're out. This guy will systematically give you a slow, methodical ass beating. He's just someone that you don't want to be in there with if you can't make the most money. Ask Usyk and his manager, because they offered a 93-7 split last year. Because when you fight Joe Joyce, you're gonna win, lose, or draw. You're taking punishment. You're gonna take a beating. You will probably not come out of the ring the same way you came in, and it's just a hard challenge to tackle and to deal with. And I'm telling you guys, unless you've actually been in front of Joe Joyce and seen what he looks like as a man, and so far as like the specimen that he is a juggernaut. I mean, I didn't realize he was as tall as he was until I met him in person. But tall, big, strong, powerful, educated jab, a lot of pressure, granite chin, incredible stamina, punches hard with both hands. I mean, defense subtly improving under the guidance of Ismail Salas. Tyson Fury doesn't want this fight, and I really feel like boxing fans need to get on the same page. Forget Joshua, forget Wilder, and if Usyk's not really serious about making this fight happen anytime soon, then you forget him too. I think boxing fans need to get on the bandwagon of Joe Joyce, and everyone needs to start banging the drum and talking about Tyson Fury versus Joe Joyce, because this is one of the best fights in the heavyweight division. Joe Joyce is not young. He deserves his chance to prove himself while he still has a lot left in the tank and not be aged out, because he's like 37 years old because he turned pro later. So yeah, that's the news. Tyson Fury says that Joe Joyce needs to build his profile to fight him. Ain't that crazy? When Joe Joyce comes around, Tyson Fury becomes a businessman. So make it that what you will. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Just like Mayweather's uncles would say, a lot of people don't know shit about boxing. You do. You've done it.
Thank you.
You about the only smart guy that I know, bro. Nobody knows shit about boxing.
I appreciate it, man.
I want to say, man, make sure to follow True School Sports, always covering boxing at the highest level, man, and make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram at Just a Kid from Danny as well.
He the plug.